Welcome back, folks. With me, Phil Terrell. You're watching part 2 of the Mega Man 3 Let's Play. And we're going to start off by taking Sparkman out. Sparkman is a robot created to charge electricity, and he can generate twice as high voltage as Electroman can. I doubt that. Because Electroman was so much more powerful. But anyways, don't follow a line, please. Is this quote? Good point, he's friendly. A bad point, he's a forgetful robot. He likes electric eels, and he dislikes loneliness. The electric eel thing pretty obvious because, you know, it generates electricity. The dislike, loneliness. Who the heck likes to be lonely? Anyways, I guess there's some people who like loneliness. I like to hang out with y'all folks and my friends and family. But anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and continue on here. So Electroman's level, as you can see, has a lot of electricity traps and hazards. Those things on the ground can generate a electric field that will go from one vertical point to another. So you just gotta time your jumps appropriately and avoid that. It also has these little platforms that will go up. You gotta be very careful here because there will be some reappearing and disappearing enemies that could potentially knock you out of there or stall you enough with stun you enough to where the platform will carry you up into the spikes and, you know, take you out because, you know, Mega Man's allergic to instant death spikes. So take your time in those jumping sections. And I didn't really talk too much about Rush. Actually, I don't think I talked about Rush very much at all in the last part. But Rush is introduced in Mega Man 3. He's Mega Man's companion going forward. He'll generally have Rush Coil, Rush Marine, and Rush Jet. Sometimes Rush Search in the other Mega Man games. But he's a very useful companion. And he also is very broken in Mega Man 3. At least the Rush Jet portion. So much so that he's neutered in Mega Man 4 and 5. Rush Jet is not nearly as useful in those games as they are in this one. So here, just run and jump over the trash, and then you don't have to worry about it crushing you. So just do what I did there, and you'll get through that really quickly. Load up on weapon energy for the Shadow Blade if you've been using it, because it is the weakness of Sparkman. This is what I was talking about, the enemies appearing and right where you're about to jump, so it can really hit you, knock you off, and kill you, or it can stun you long enough to where you'll stay on the platform, and the platform will carry you to the spikes, and Mega Man will suffer a lobotomy from the spikes, shall we say. So just be very careful. Continue on here, go through the boss door, and we'll be at Sparkman. Sparkman is not a difficult robot master at all with his weakness. I mean, they're all technically not difficult with their weaknesses, but here, since you're at a higher elevation in Sparkman, you can just spam the Shadow Blade and then just keep on him because he doesn't have very high invincibility frames, and when he's above you, just keep spamming the Shadow Blade and take him out that way. With that, we'll get his weapon, the Spark Shot, I believe. Not a super useful weapon, kind of sucks. It's only useful to take out enemies. It doesn't have a very useful utility compared to, you know, Shadow Blade, where it can shoot in many different directions. Well, less directions than Metal Blade. But let's go ahead and continue on. We'll take on Snake Man, I believe. And the thing about Snake Man, Needle Man, and Gemini Man, they form their own weakness triangle, you could say, where the other 5 make their own weakness chain. So these 3 have independent weaknesses from the other 5, so you can't exactly take on one of the 5 and expect one of their weapons to carry over and take out the other 3, and vice versa. But let's talk about Snake Man real quick. So Snake Man's data card says, let me pull it up, a robot created to investigate the narrow areas. He uses a snake-like missile called Search Snake, one of the okay weapons. His quote is, "You can't hide from me." Good point, he's a green robot. Bad point, elusive idea. Likes Toadman because he probably likes to eat toads. Dislikes slugs, probably because slugs tend to maybe hurt snakes. I don't know about that. The hard knuckles, what I like to use here because I like to jump and guide it up to the snake. 2 of the hard knuckles will take it out. And if you take it out, when it shoots some of its bullets out, the bullets will disappear. I guess energy shots. Here, just be very careful with the snake mounts. They will shoot lasers or pellets at you. There are some, man, they really expect you to take a lot of damage if they give you 2 large energy pellets. Anyways, continue on here. Now what makes Snake Man's level a little bit difficult is at the end. If you don't have Rush Jet, it can be a little bit tricky to platform. These little pogo stick robots, if you stay in place, they'll jump over you. So you don't have to worry about them hitting you. I forgot about that. That's if they jump. If they ready jump, they're going to run right into you if they hit a wall. They'll run back your direction and take them out. Shadow Blades can take out that Armor Joe, or Hammer Joe. I think it's Hammer Joe. So use the Shadow Blades, and you'll be able to take it out really nicely. Now, in Mega Man 3, you can go ahead and find these weird capsules that have question marks. If you break them open, they're random items, so you can go ahead and take advantage of those. Sometimes you'll get an energy tank if you're lucky like me, or an extra life, which is also very lucky. We'll find out those giant snake heads here, so I'm going to switch to Hard Knuckle and take it out. Now, I don't know if Hard Knuckle is its weakness, but it works for me. It's always worked for me, so I'm just going to stick to what I know. Just guide it up and hit it in the lower jaw, and then you'll take it out. And we're almost done. We have 2 more platform sections, and then we'll be done. So, whoop! I just ran myself into that pogo stick. So just be very careful. Just jump over and shoot it. Here, I would recommend using Rush Coil. If you're very good with your pixel perfect jumps, you can do this without Rush. But I'm going to go ahead and use Rush. And luckily, there's a big energy pellet here, so I can grab it, heal, and then try to avoid that dude and go up. And then we'll be in Airman's level 2.0. At least that's what I like to think it is, because we're up in the clouds. But it's really just a giant tower. You can go ahead and use Shadow Blade to take out that little enemy right there on the ladder. And right here, just be very careful. There will be some clouds that get shot out from the bottom. They'll carry you up. Get as high as you can, and then jump to the next platform. You don't want to, and you also want to be as far right as you can, so you make it to the platform. There will be some missiles here that are covered by clouds. Just be very careful. Once you hit it, it will reveal itself, and it will be a missile or bullet or torpedo Ted if you're into Super Mario World like I am. But very annoying enemy, especially since you're on a bottomless pit area. So just be very careful. If it's not going to go in your general direction when it's in its cloud form, just let it go over you. If it's in its bullet form, then, you know, go ahead, jump to get over it, or shoot it with another weapon. But Snake Man, we can go ahead and take him out. Now, Snake Man is actually a pretty hard robot master at first. But as you can see there, he just runs. If you can get him to into a sort of pattern where, right here, I'm fudging it all up right here. I'm about to die, I think. I think this is where I die. He does hurt a lot. And the key is you want to stay like on the middle as much as you can. Gosh, that was so bad. You can jump over him as he's on the ground. And I forgot about that. So right there, you see what I'm doing. I'm just jumping right over him as he goes underneath me. His search snakes, don't worry about him, just jump over him, and then you'll be okay. Like here, he's a super easy robot master once you see the pattern, and it takes a while with the Mega Buster. And honestly, Snake Man is probably the one I prefer to go after first. Needle Man's hit or miss. I could do Needle Man, but Needle Man's not somebody who's super easy either. Snake Man out of the 3 are pretty easy because of his pattern. But if you always... And as always, if you do kind of badly, you can always use an energy tank, but I didn't want to waste an energy tank on Snake Man. I'd just rather waste a life. But let's go ahead and get our weapon, the Search Snake, and then we'll go after Gemini Man, which is the next robot master. Now, Search Snake is just like what you saw Snake Man use. You'll shoot 2 snakes. It'll follow along the ground up the wall if the ground connects to the wall, and then you will... it will be very useful against Gemini Man and another boss in the end-game castle. Now, Gemini, I can never say that word. Gemini Man's data card says he can create an alter ego with a hologram. He's also a narcissist. My clones are very impressive. A good point, he's elegant. Okay. Bad point, he's overconfident. Signs of a narcissist, right? He likes mirrors. Again, feeding into his narcissist. And then he dislikes snakes, which is a clue into his weakness, which is Snake Man. So, right here, you could actually use Metal Man. Magnet Man's weapon, the Magnet Missile, to take out those robots that are flying. And then just load up on ammo wherever you can. I like using it here. Like I said, actually no, I don't think I'll talk very much about the weapons. The weapons in Mega Man 3 are not that great, but Magnet Missile is one of my favorite ones because it has some utility. You can shoot it and it'll automatically track up or down on an enemy. But we're almost there, and we'll see Breakman here with this famous whistle. He'll detonate this elevator or whatever it is, and then we can go deeper in. So why is this dude helping us? But anyways, so continue on. These little eggs, if you shoot them, it will break open. This little tadpole looking thing will come out. And they're a little bit of a nuisance, but you know, I gotta admit though, these are not nearly as bad as what they are in I want to say it's Mega Man 3. Is it Mega Man? When I say Mega Man 3, I'm talking about Mega Man on the Game Boy, not Mega Man 3 here, where it's super slow compared to this. But anyways, I digress. We're not going to play Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy. The only one I would ever consider is Mega Man 5 because it has the Star Droids and it's pretty unique, has its own storyline, which is very interesting. But anyways, back to this. Just take out these eggs and the tadpoles that come out. What are you doing, Phil? Stop using rush. And just continue on. And really, all you need to do is make just one row on the bottom. Just go away and you can slide underneath it. But they are useful for farming energy, especially if you use up all your magnet missile. There's some enemies that are still useful to take out with the magnet missile down here, I find. Specifically when we get to the water section. So if you can hang on some magnet missile, that'd be useful. I don't think I use it because I'll just use Rush Marine to just show that off. So here you can load up on whatever energy you want up here. Probably should load up on magnet missile. Let's see what I do. Use it. Pop. No, I think I'm just going to ignore it. Or I'm just going to just fill up my rush quote. Anyways, so continue on. Use your Mega Buster. There'll be a penguin wind-up toy up here. Just shoot the lever on the top of its head, and then it will die. It's not a super hard enemy. Just remember to just keep shooting. When you land on the ground, you'll hit the penguins or enemies that come out of its belly, and then, you know, you'll be good. You'll fight one more here. I think this will be the last one for this level. So just remember, just keep shooting, and when you're on the ground, just keep shooting as well, because you'll hit those enemies that come out of its belly. So go down here, and then go around here. And it's kind of interesting because whenever I was younger and I played this, I was going to say a kid, but I played this game a little bit later in life. But anyways, I digress. This right here, I always thought this was kind of weird to have in Earth. I was like, why does Earth have this weird alien-like web thing? But come to find out, if you read the instruction manual or you read the backstory of Mega Man 3, you don't want to go that far once you get to this energy right here. Just or else you'll hit a bottomless pit and you'll die once Rush Marine goes. But it's kind of important to read the backstory of Mega Man 3. Otherwise, you're wondering, well, what's all this stuff that's going on? How does Earth have this kind of wicked, cool membrane-like level? But anyways, yeah, it's a different planet. That explains a lot. So just keep going here. This is where I think Magnet Missile is very useful. You can take out these fishes and the dragonflies. Very useful. But we got an energy tank there, so that'd be useful if we need it. But we got some energy right there. And Gemini Man is right here. So right here, just stop right here where I'm at and just shoot the robot. Take it out. That way you don't have to worry about getting hit by it and losing a crap ton of energy. Let's go ahead and use the snake search, or search snake. And then we'll use it against Gemini Man. Now, interestingly, against Gemini Man, he'll only shoot whenever you shoot. So if you can be patient and not shoot, he'll just walk around, run around. But when you shoot the search snake, no matter which Gemini Man you hit, he'll lose energy. And once you do half his energy, the hologram or whatever of him, the copy of him will go away. Now, Gemini Laser, I think, is pretty powerful, but it is so unreliable in my opinion, unless you're very good at, you know, seeing how things are going to reflect off on walls at angles. But Gemini Man's Gemini Laser is pretty useful. It's Needle Man's weakness, but man, I hate it when it doesn't connect, because you cannot shoot another laser when Gemini Laser is on the screen. Now, Needle Man's level, I really like this track. It's one of my favorite tracks. And honestly, I don't know why. This reminds me of Sonic on the Game Gear. I don't know what it is about this track. It might just be because Sonic on the Game Gear was also 8-bit. But, man, it just makes me think about Sonic on the Game Gear. Probably Sonic 2. Anyways, continue here. We're gonna be slam dunked with a lot of metals through this level. Mainly because this is actually, in my opinion, I think this is like a metal assembly factory. That little thing right there is going to come back later to haunt us. Not right now though. It's daytime and they don't come out at daytime. They come out at night. So keep going. Just take out these metals. Avoid them as best as you can. And then just keep going. And then here, you just go down. Be very patient on this next section. Because there are needles. And just use your slide. If you're going to come out and you're about to hit the needle, just pull back on the opposite direction. And you can automatically avoid it that way. But don't get hit in the head like I did. Don't get pogo sticked in the head like I did. Make sure you get this energy tank. Super useful. Right there, I'm trying to shoot the shuttle blade down, but I can see it doesn't. This is just me showing off the search snake. Not very useful once that hedgehog starts going down. But you do get a crap ton of search snake for what it's worth. So here we're going to use rush coil. We're going to get the energy tank here. And then we're going to be going up. You forgot Needle Man's ID card. I just remembered. A robot created to work in energy mines. His needle cannon can pierce a 10-inch brick. Fill the eye of the needle. A good point. He has a pointy head. Okay. Bad point is a spiky personality. He likes sewing and he dislikes injection. Okay, I'm gonna just let that go. I'm not even gonna comment more on that. His data card's pretty weird. Anyways, Needle Man's right here. We're gonna use the Gemini laser, and he's a bit hard if the Gemini laser does not connect with him. Because like I said, once the laser goes and misses the target, it'll start bouncing off the wall, and you can't like that. I'm trying to shoot, but all I can do is just dodge. So you want to wait till he's standing still. Do not do what I just did there and try to shoot him while he's in midair. Now he has a pattern there. He'll stand still and he'll shoot his little head needle injector, whatever you want to call it, at you. And then you just jump over it, and then he'll shoot some needles at you. Generally, you can jump over two and let the other two go over your head, because there'll be like a little gap. But that's the end of this part, folks. I'll catch you on the next one later, and bye. Oh, and we'll get the most broken ability in the game, which is Rush Jet. So, anyways, later, guys.